Here's something strange. You've sneezed thousands of times in your life, and you've never once seen yourself actually do it, because the instant it happens, your eyes slam shut every single time, whether you want them to or not. Most people think they know the reason, because if you kept them open, your eyes would pop right out of your head. So let's start there, because that answer is completely wrong, and what's actually going on is a lot weirder. First, let's put the scary story to rest. Your eyes are not going to pop out. There's an old tale, over 100 years old, about a woman who supposedly sneezed so hard her eyeball shot right out. It makes a great story, but there's no evidence it ever actually happened. Your eye is not loosely balanced in your face like a golf ball on a tee. It sits deep in a bony socket, anchored by 6 muscles. A sneeze doesn't come close to generating the kind of pressure it would take to launch it out. And here's the detail that ends the argument completely. Some people can sneeze with their eyes wide open, on purpose, and nothing bad happens. So if keeping your eyes open isn't dangerous, then closing them isn't saving you from an explosion, which leaves a much better question. Why does your body even bother doing it at all? To answer that, you have to see what a sneeze actually is. It isn't one single thing. It's a reflex. A pre-written program your body runs automatically. It starts with a tickle. Something irritates the lining of your nose, maybe dust, pepper, or a stray bit of bright light, and that sets off the nerve wired to the inside of your nose. That nerve fires a signal deep into your brainstem, to a tiny region whose whole job is to run the sneeze. And when it fires back, it doesn't send just one instruction. It sends a single coordinated command to a whole orchestra of muscles at once. Your diaphragm, your chest, your throat, and your face, all firing together in a fraction of a second. In 2021, scientists actually traced the wiring of this circuit, the exact path from the nose to the brainstem that sets the whole thing off. And the muscle that closes your eyelids is just one more instrument in that orchestra. This is the part that flips it around. You don't decide to close your eyes when you sneeze, you don't decide any of it. The same brainstem command that compulses your chest and slams your throat shut also fires the muscle that shuts your eyelids. It all goes off together as one single package. That's why it feels so automatic, because it truly is. The eye close isn't a choice you make and then forget. It's bundled into the reflex itself, riding along with everything else, which is exactly why it's so hard to keep your eyes open during a sneeze. You're not fighting a bad habit. You're trying to unpress one key on a piano that only knows how to play the whole chord. Okay, so it's part of the reflex, but that just moves the mystery. Why would evolution bundle shut the eyes and to clear the nose in the first place? There are two real ideas, and they point in completely opposite directions. The first is that the eye close is protective. A sneeze is a genuinely violent event. Researchers at MIT measured the spray it throws, and the cloud of droplets can travel several meters across a room. And by the way, you've probably heard that a sneeze leaves your body at 100 miles an hour. That's a myth too. The cloud drifts far, but the air itself isn't a bullet. Still, it's a messy, high-speed spray erupting right below your eyes. So maybe shutting them is just your body playing it safe, keeping your own droplets out of your eyes. The second idea is far less flattering. Maybe the eye close means nothing at all. Maybe it's just spillover, a reflex that fires alongside the sneeze simply because these circuits sit right next to each other in the brainstem. No grand purpose. Just wiring bleeding into wiring. And here's the part most explanations quietly skip. We don't actually know which one of those is right. Nobody has settled it. There's no experiment that proves the eye close protects you, and none that proves it's only spillover. If anything, the best clue we have cuts against the tidy answer. Because remember, some people can sneeze with their eyes open, and they are perfectly fine. So closing them clearly isn't essential. It isn't a safety lock your body can't live without. It might be a small, helpful bonus. It might be a reflex hitchhiker that never really had a reason. But right now, honestly, it's still an open question. A thing that happens inside your body thousands of times across your life. And science still can't quite tell you why it's there. So let's go back to that sneeze you never actually get to watch. Your eyes aren't shutting to save themselves. They're shutting because they got swept into a reflex your brainstem fired without ever asking you. One instrument in an orchestra you don't conduct. And it isn't the only one. Your body is full of these little pre-packaged programs, running quietly in the background, moving you before you can decide anything. The sneeze blink is just the one you can almost catch yourself doing. So the next time it happens, that half second where the world goes dark and your whole face clenches, just enjoy it, because for one moment, you get to feel your body running a program it never asked your permission to install. Thanks for watching Brainstorm, Bob. If this made you think, hit subscribe for more curiosity, ideas, and real answers. See you in the next one.